Okay, good afternoon, good day, Lourens Bester here. This is our 4th episode in Meet the Dealer, and today we have the privilege of being with Cars-4-Africa, and we're talking to Schelton Daniels, who's the owner, and he's going to tell us a bit more about his dealership. So let's start with it. Welcome, thank you for the opportunity.
Hi Lourens, good to see you again.
Yeah, it's always nice. Yeah. So Cars-4-Africa, where did it start? I mean, how did it get you?
Well, Cars-4-Africa started in 2005. We started in Woodstock. That's where the footprint started.
Yeah.
And from Woodstock, we were more into the cheaper brand, and obviously
Rome wasn't
cheapies. Yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly.
Yeah. So prior to that, worked for corporate. Worked in the UK for corporate business there, BMW, Mercedes, and obviously coming.
Okay, so you've been in the motor trade
for 33 years. Yeah.
Before 2005.
Correct. So it all started when I was 19. Started as a driver, working for a company called Value Motors. They were in Batencroke Street.
Yes, I remember.
Pierre van der Berg and Les Herring, which own Order King now. I'm obviously doing a bit of advertising now for free.
He's next.
Yeah, none of it. We still have a very strong relationship. From there, I went to Marcel, Car Bar, McCarthy, Marcel Angel that owns Autohouse Angel now. He was my dealer principal then. From there, I went to Market Toyota. William Miller, who's the co-founder of Dealers Online. He was, I've had very good grinding and very knowledge.
You've been around the block, so to speak.
Correct.
All right.
You could say that.
Okay, so then you started with going in on your own with starting as Cars-4-Africa.
Cars-4-Africa, correct.
Okay.
And that was in 2005. We were in Woodstock and Albert Road. That's where the footprint started, and obviously that's where the industry and that's where.
So when did you move to your current location, which you'll find at the bottom of the screen somewhere? Jeremy will help us with that.
We moved to Blaauwberg in 2012, 2013, because we've been in this building 10 years this year. So
that's 15.
15. So we were across the road in Mills, next to Attorney, a small little dealership. We would carry like 11, 12 cars.
Across the road from Blaauwberg Road.
Yeah. Then obviously I purchased this building, and this is where Cars-4-Africa's been. We're 20 years old this year. Yeah. So for independent to still be around, I think we've earned our stripes.
Yeah. You. I remember those days you started here. You moved here to this area.
Correct.
And that was about 3-4 years after we opened Cars Unlimited.
That's right.
Remember?
Yes, in Port Island.
In Port Island.
Yes, that's right,
which
correct.
we shared with Marcel. That's
yes, right. I remember that.
Yeah. So now it's grown. So and you've been here now 10 years in this particular premises.
10 years in these premises, correct.
Right. So what sort of cars do you? I've walked around, and I've also been on your website and stuff. I see the level of cars a little bit more sort of into the C, the B, C bracket. A couple of Porsches, a few classics. Tell us about your spread. So what is your perfect spread? There's never a perfect spread, but what?
I find our business to be versatile. I cater for everyone. We sell a lot of 4x4s. We sell a lot of SUVs. Obviously, being in the area, I've brought up a good name for Cars-4-Africa. I live in the area. I've got a very good client base, a lot of referral business. Obviously, been in the industry for such a long time.
Very important.
It's a family business. My wife and myself own the business. Obviously, we've got good staff that's been with us for a very long time, which is our family. And I think the mix and the way we work is a lot different to other dealerships work. We all work together. We all club in. We do our parts. We like to make it a happy environment. The client doesn't feel they're walking into a showroom as such. The client is welcomed. They aren't just treated as a client. They actually become friends. In the time I've been in the industry, I've still sold cars to clients that I've sold cars to 25, 30 years ago. I still got clients of mine.
I know that feeling. There are cars that I've sold 5 times already, the same
Correct.
car.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's actually a nice feeling when you get that car that comes back in again,
exactly.
and it's gone back to another new family.
Correct, yeah. And what you're saying about people coming in, customers coming in, be friends, I always tell the story is that, you know what, friends don't become customers. Customers become friends.
100%.
Because most of my friends today, mainly all of them, were customers over the last 30 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think I find it a lot easier, but once you've got the rapport and the trust, the selling process becomes a lot easier. And it's a pick up on a phone call, it's Shelty, it's John or Michael, I'm looking for a vehicle. And some clients I've sold 7, 8 cars to the same client or friend, and they'll pop into the office and have a coffee with me.
Yeah.
Just speak out of the blue, and it's nice, you know what I mean? So, and obviously you get that new client that walks in and buys their first car, and the joy on their face, making them happy, and they drive
That's correct,
off.
because you also want that car to come back to you again.
Correct.
Because that's how you keep sort of a secondary stock roll.
Correct.
That keeps on going. And you got a secondary client base that follows
And obviously
through.
the referrals come through. And
Because there's nothing worse than not working referrals, which I've seen in the industry so many times.
yeah,
The youngsters come in that, they don't follow referrals because that's where the business is.
100%.
I used to say in the old days when the company, I'm not going to use the name, that I was with for many years, and mainly sell exotics, that 80% of my business were after 2 years, 80% of my business was referrals.
100%. So yeah, that was amazing. But back in the day, they used to give you a spreadsheet with the name, telephone number, and that was your referral sheet to go back. Obviously today's data and stuff like that is a lot different.
I think in your days too, you must have started
The yellow pages.
When we still had an offer to purchase book.
Yes.
You had to write that out in three things. The customer signs the top when he gets that.
That's
so
correct.
You always have that book with you in your cupboard. So you have to, like, every 6 months go and start.
You
and
actually keep your books in your diaries for years.
Keep the books,
go back.
And then
I still do today.
Yeah,
I've still got diaries from 5 years ago that I still keep
100%.
going back on. But instead of I've got like a PC, but I'm very old school. But yeah.
Yeah, there's also, but especially with I think, the problem is what I see. It's not a problem that all the sales. If you look at the dealerships like yourself, and you're supposed to talk to me, but your sales guy people are always a little bit more older. Very seldom you see a young, and the youngsters need to come into the trade as well because there's a lot of opportunity, I think.
Yeah, I think you can see my team. The 2 youngsters. They love the motor trade. They're very energetic. You don't find them very often, but they're tech savvy and they're with the times. But obviously, which makes business a lot easier for me because they're in with the Snapchats and the TikToks and all these interface everything together. But yeah, and obviously, like you were speaking about the stock. The stock profile is it's for everyone. So we do classics, we do custom bikes.
So these bikes around us now, I think you guys behind me can see. Is that your personal bikes or are they?
They stock. I used to ride motorbikes, but I stopped a long time ago because a very good friend of mine got killed. Obviously, I was involved in a very big motorbike accident 10 years ago as well. And when my good friend passed 3 years ago, I decided to stop riding bikes. The traffic on the road is a lot different today than there is. And when you're driving traffic, you can actually see the person on their phone and the car's doing this.
He's not seeing you.
He's not seeing you.
No.
So, I'd rather drive a nice fast car or supercar or...
I believe you're going to have 4 pieces of rubber under you with a metal roof.
Correct.
Yes.
You're not going to... you're not going to get it hurt. Yeah. So, and I know you're a big Porsche enthusiast, and so am I. I love Porsche. I sell a lot of them.
I see on your site a lot of the little boxes.
Little boxes, the Caymans. Yeah. I love Caymans. I drive a Cayman myself. I think it's a lovely little car. Obviously, you get your Ferraris and all that. I'm not there. I would love something like that, or the GT3 RS, which is one of my all-time. But
so, with the market you've got here, and you're quite exposed to the main roads, and for those folks who's going to go see you on your premises on the website, you've got no closed, fenced showroom. Everything's wide open.
It's not closed. We have bollards in the evenings where we put up. So those are going to be the front of the display vehicles stay in front. And then obviously the vehicles that are out, you can see rotated, they go in the back. We've got a showroom in the back, and they all get parked inside there. We can carry approximately maximum around about 55 to 60 cars.
Holy sherbet.
And then obviously we do the bikes where we carry about 12. We're building custom bikes in the back, which is a new venture. It's working nicely now, so we'll see how that plods along. And
I see you got the beautiful little classic Citroen at the back. You're not restoring cars.
No, we don't restore cars now. So those they come from clients.
They're in the selling business, not in the restoration business.
In the selling business, yeah. The classics is a very nice business. They don't fly off the floor, but they bring a lot of attraction for clients to come to your showroom as well.
Yeah, it's a different level of interest.
Correct.
Yeah, because they come and look, not only for that, and then turn sideways, and there's a little Kia Soul that they need to buy
for the daughter or the kid or something like that, or the son. Yeah, so it's a nice spin-off. So we're very blessed in that way. We know that businesses has changed. When we came out of COVID, we didn't know if we were going to stay open or we were going to close.
Correct.
There was a lot of up in air. Obviously, when we were doing all these video or computer, what do you call it? During COVID.
Yeah, but it was Skype first and IT. What is it? Then we had it was another name they called it. We all had
Teams viewer. It's the Teams viewer. Everybody became the Teams viewer.
Yeah.
You would sit there in COVID and watch all the big OEMs have these meetings and obviously get involved and interact to where the business was going. They were more worried about their brick and mortar and where, you can actually see it now, where they're scaling down to become more of a smaller dealership.
That's right.
Yeah, like a boutique.
I think we're also seeing that the rumours, there's a lot of rumours, that like BMW and Audi, South Africa, are thinking of closing down dealerships.
Correct. Well, they already have started, Yeah,
and to channel it to main centres. Obviously a huge cost-cutting thing.
Obviously
but it's corporates.
Yes.
But corporates only think the way accountants think. It's money. So what other services? I know you're with most of the big banks. So
with all the banks, obviously we offer a service called private vehicle financing with ABSA, which is our main call. We are ABSA Golden Partner. We've won the awards a couple of times with them.
And the ratio between cash buyers, or let's call it, in the old days we called cash buyers, but now EFT buyers, which is a cash buyer, and finance. What is the ratio there? 60?
Some months vary, depends where we're at. School holiday is a little bit different. It's more finance. But on the I find on the bigger cars where you buy, say the upper exotic, like I would say, I'll use an example. I just sold a nice Porsche Cayman R, and there are many Cayman Rs. 2011. I think I sold it for a record sale. I think I even beat Porsche to sell for selling one of those and sold it Saturday. Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close to R1 million. Gentleman EFT that Saturday morning on Saturday. And I was hoping to be a finance deal, but obviously client walked in, he knew what he was buying, and he EFT'd straight away.
But a DRC going down the train.
Yeah, I know, but at least...
Yes, no, yeah. I know.
And the money in the bank's in the bank. I can buy fresh stock and that can turn into something else, to be another trading or finance deal on top of that.
No, man. Switch a fucking thing.
It's all about the clients. The client is very good. The DRC is good. It's profitable. They work on a scaling and a scoring card. So And they also work according to the dealership. So if you've got a good book and you run your book well, if you've got a bad book, then
Correct.
they tighten the taps a bit, and then to get your book back into balance, and then
So it carries on.
So we play our open field. Obviously, my preferred bank is ABSA because I run a full plan with them. Obviously, being a golden partner with them as well. There are challenges with the other banks, but we play.
That's the nature of the game.
We play open card with all the banks. Yeah. They all get the application, and whoever gives the best, provides the best for the client, and that's what we will present.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, we look after the client.
Of course. Because he's the one that.
He's paying for the
He's
vehicle.
the one that keeps the doors open.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without the client, we've got nothing. Yeah.
So, off the hook from cars and your dealership, which is great. It's always neat and tidy here.
Thank you.
It's nice to have a clean, walk into a place and it's neat and tidy. How does these big groups, that buys cars and things like that in bulk affect you as a dealership? You know what I'm talking about, John?
Yes. In the way they actually help me. I look at a positive aspect of it because my client I've sold the vehicle to will come to me first, and if I feel the price is very right, I'll pay that extra bit of money, knowing not to let it go there.
Yes.
Then I know I've got a good stock unit, and I know the car myself.
Yeah.
I don't buy cars from auctions. All my cars are all certified. Every single owner who's had the vehicle. It makes my sales staff's job a lot easier because the comeback is very
See, that's
less.
the big thing, yeah. You see, your comeback's got big money.
Yeah, your comebacks are very less because the cars are already prepped before they even get into their car. Obviously, if there's a bit of cosmetic work to be done, we like to do it after the sale, so
Yes.
the client doesn't think the vehicle has been an accident.
Accident, correct.
So if we
show him the mark and say, look, I'll do it for you.
correct, so he knows there's no other damage
That's
prior to that.
That's the road.
Yeah, and then obviously we use a company called Lightstone. You know, that gives you the accident damage, gives you the history of the vehicle. We show the client up front that you've done the Lightstone. It might have cosmetic damage. We don't know what the extent of the damage is, but obviously we will have it checked. And obviously, if it's all good, you know what you're buying.
Yeah, look, you can't always be perfect. You're correct. No, but if one's up there at 9+,
Yes.
then you're doing a good service to the client. And of course, to me, always important was, and it's still a thing with me that I also deal sort of in little cottages from home and whatever have you.
Yes.
Those little cheapies that I deal with. I don't take in vehicles that doesn't have spare keys, doesn't have books, and doesn't have a service history. If you haven't got those three things, go to the place that we're not allowed to mention.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
Because that's just going to cost you money.
100%.
Yeah, the bit of profit we make nowadays,
Yeah, it's not
unlike the big profits we used to make in the old days, that's going to be eaten away.
100%, and very quickly. And if you look at today compared to 5 years ago, you look at parts now.
Frightening,
it's scary because I'll give you an example. The little Mini Cooper in 2014, they made two different models. Okay, the one light is 27,000 rand because they had a changeover in that time of period, and the one light is 3.5 grand. So if you don't know what you're looking for on that light, so that LED light, you can hurt yourself and pay your school fees very quickly.
Yeah, the same with. I'm going to mention the name of the car because it's not only them; all the other top brands are the same. If you Aston Martin, in the past, so where's the spare key? No, I haven't got a spare key, but then you must buy one.
Yeah,
no,
how much is that?
Yeah, but the crystal one that the car comes with, two crystal ones.
The new one, yeah.
Yeah. Your little crystal thing.
Yeah, they came out in 2013.
Yeah, they're 67,000
rand.
67,000 rand. But if you want the cheaper one, which is just the plastic one, it's 28,000 rand.
And that's a Volvo key.
That's the Volvo key.
It's a Volvo key with a
So
stop.
that 28 grand could be like your profit.
100%.
Gone. So that's the kind of thing that the dealerships, I think, nowadays, and as you say, things have changed.
Yeah, so I had that exercise. I sold a very good client a 2008 Aston Martin. didn't have a spare key, so we wanted he was based in the UK. He wanted to buy the key there, which was a lot cheaper, and bring the key here and get it coded. They still wanted to charge him the 25 grand to code the key.
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
We can sit here and go through those examples of these
So
boys.
the car actually comes from there. We got the VIN number, so we get the key there. It's a lot cheaper. We did that, it was basically we just order the key here. It's the same money. Well, so you learn, but the keys are expensive, especially the new cars.
That's good. Now the other stupid question. Carry on while we have a bit of time. If I have to bring to you to trade an EV, a car EV, would you trade it or would you walk away from it as a dealer? I know it's new, electric vehicles.
No.
Good answer. Any reason?
I don't think we've got the infrastructure for it.
Yes.
I prefer hybrid, to be honest. One of the brands, it's actually two brands that made hybrid very good in this country. There's the i8 and the Toyota Prius.
Yes. I owned one of those things. They were horrible, the first ones.
Yeah, but the clients that had one, he still got it. It's got 322,000.
They're hell of a durable.
Very durable and more
but
better.
don't try and get somewhere in a hurry.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think when you look at Europe, they're moving away from electric cars now. They're going to hybrids.
Honda's just announced they're closing down their EV research and development center and building. Everything's been swapped. It's now hybrids.
Yeah, hybrids. Yeah, and I think they should do it in long term. I think France took the biggest knock first because they were. They started and they got fields and fields and fields of cars that are electric, and obviously the battery itself. To bring in, obviously with South Africa, was what I know. They bring the vehicle in and then they bring you the battery separate. So you're paying two surcharges on two components, where the battery is more expensive than the vehicle. So that's why it's making it obviously expensive for us to bring them in. But obviously, I feel the infrastructure is not there yet.
No, we don't have that infrastructure. And this whole dream about, we're going to have these little things standing on the side of the road, you can plug your car in. It's
going to make your trip 2 hours longer.
Not only that, because by the time you get to it, it's gone.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Yeah. So I prefer the hybrid. I think that's got a longer durable life
and staying power
and future staying power. Yeah.
Funny enough, my daughter just bought they live in Canada, bought a Toyota Land Cruiser hybrid.
Yes.
Yeah, called it it's a 2.4 liter turbocharged with batteries. Beautiful little car.
Lovely car.
Nice to drive. I've driven it, and it's actually, there's hardly no difference.
Yes. Yeah. So my personal opinion, I prefer that, but I still prefer a petrol vehicle. I hope they don't
It's a South African thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, look at Australia. They're taking our 8-cylinder vehicles, 6-cylinder vehicles. That's what they want that side,
That's right. Because one also see the Chinese have now actually surpassed Tesla and most of the other manufacturers when it comes to electric vehicles. They're flooding Europe with electric vehicles.
Yes.
At a highly reduced cost.
Correct.
Because of the volumes, and they're just doing it better.
Well, if you look at Europe, I'm not going to mention the brand. It's a high brand. If you bought one, that company won't even trade them back in. That tells you.
Yes. You don't take your own stuff
back. Yeah.
Yeah, then you know there's something on it.
And it's a good branding, good brand company. And it's actually been on YouTube a couple of times. I'm not going to mention names in it. Where they bought their electric vehicle, they came out and he took it back to the same dealer and they said they wouldn't trade it in.
So the last thing, why would you want people, or what would you say to these people, why they should come to Cars-4-Africa?
Well, we're a family-run business. We're hands-on. We look after you. We make you feel part of the family. You can Facebook us, you can Google us. Our reviews are excellent. We're a phone call away. If there's a problem, my phone's on at any time.
No, we're on 24 hours a day. That's if you don't do that, then you actually shouldn't do it at all.
100%. A client, I'll give an example. A client this morning had a little problem with the vehicle. She's in Betty's Bay. Can you help me? On the phone, I know a workshop on that side.
Yeah.
We help the client. It's all been sorted, but I think by 11 o'clock, she's back on the road.
Also, I think one should say people looking, and for youngsters, there's no who doesn't have the opportunity to go to Vasties and stuff. There's an opportunity in the used car market.
There is.
As salesman, as long as you adapt yourself, put yourself together, and you actually work the system and learn from those who've been through it.
Correct. Well, that's where I started. So
yeah, so me too.
Yeah, I've got my two young, and they're superstars. My one youngster, when he left matric, I know his father very well. He approached me and I said, I don't know if I want a youngster working for me. And he applied at various dealerships, OEMs. They wouldn't take him on, no experience, nothing like that. And I said, well, I'll give you opportunity. And he's become like my little right-hand man. He actually, my little younger version of me when I was back in the day. He's on it, And so is the other young gentleman, the salesman. They work well together.
Anyway, it's also going to be grey, like Schelton is, at the age of 40.
Yeah, started. They are. So we all started. So I think the new generation in the industry. I think obviously you got to adapt with the times. Selling's still selling. Selling's still selling. It's building a relationship. Person buys from you, and not from a dealership. Your car's on the floor and the car's ready and it's clean. The car sold itself already.
100%.
100% the car. Your work's done already.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it makes the whole sale process a lot easier.
Try and sell a car under half-inch thick dust ain't working.
Not going to work.
No. It's not going to work. Anything you want to say? You want to tell these people out there?
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Have a lovely day, guys. Enjoy. Winter is here, but the sun is shining today.
The doors are open.
Doors are open always.
Yes.
Give us a shout, www.cars4africa.co.za, or you can phone me personally on 082-309-7175.
These numbers will be at the bottom of the screen somewhere. Don't forget, like, subscribe.
And everyone calls me Schelty. Everyone knows me as Schelty, although it's Schelton Daniels. But I've got a good name in the industry. Be good, be here, and we're here to help you guys.
Good. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
Let's go and sell some cars.
Yeah.